Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a...
I found it.
All right. Welcome to the Patriot Hour.
Oh, yeah, for a little Hungry Friday.
We got Ben in here. Hold on here.
Oh, yeah, beaming in the studio. Loving what you're doing with the graphics, brother. Loving it. Looking awesome, by the way. How you guys thinking about some of what Mike's...
Oh, sound like you just cut out. You still there? I don't hear Ben no more. Don't hear Ben. 0 of 5 on comms. And it cut out all of a sudden. So, you guys still hearing me out there? Let me turn this music down a little bit. Let me see here.
You hear me now?
Yep, hear you now.
There we go. I don't know what that was, folks. A little bit of a router issue, whatever. Back in it to win it.
All right, we are good. Golden, we hear them. All right, so we are recording dually for the Patriot Hour, so this will be on there later tonight for those that don't get to catch it over here, because we know not everyone's subscribed. We've got 100 people watching at this moment, so we know. So anyway, we got a few different articles to get into, but nothing that isn't out of the ordinary, other than just it's all crazy right now, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, it's what's going on now. It's mind-blowing stuff, the fact that it's happening in front of us. But yeah, we got some things to throw around to you guys today. There's a couple of picks that Mike and I were talking over in Garage Talk, neither confirmed or non-confirmed, if you will. Some pretty interesting stuff.
And we got Michael Cohen again lying. We saw, and we wanted to go over AOC, right? So we have a few different things we're going to cover here today, folks. But I guess we could start off on just Michael Cohen can't wait for prison, so he's rejecting pardons that he was never offered. But they're saying now, when he was asked the question up there, that he basically said that he was never seeking plea or would never accept one from Trump, but the lawyer, his own lawyer now, from today or from yesterday or from 3 days ago, came out and had said yesterday that he sought one back with his last lawyer after last summer's raid, when his we all are aware when his doors got kicked in at the law firm, raided at 4 a.m., whatever. That shortly after that, he was like seeking a pardon deal. He told his lawyer to go work something out and see if they couldn't arrange some kind of pardon deal. And then I don't know.
Then
what
while
happened.
under oath, well, wasn't he under oath when he was speaking to giving his testimony, and he had his a lawyer and whoever behind him, and like, did you ever go to the president for a plea deal, for a pardon, and ask of anything? I never. Yes. And he made it almost like on his ethics, you know. Yeah. Then come to find out, this new lawyer that represents the lawyer that it's lawyer.
Yeah, his new lawyer that represents him now said he hasn't seeked one under me, but as far as I know, the last lawyer he had, he sent that guy over to go get one, and they never got one, so he was pissed. And then at one point, whatever, you know, he could have worded that to like, not since I've
retained
hate
current
Trump now.
counsel. Yeah.
Well, at one point he turned, because now it also came out this morning that he met with Adam Schiff like 10 times before he just did this last one. So he met with Schiff 10 times or something, folks. It is getting worse, and that guy Schiff needs to be brought up for ethics and tampering with witness.
Oh, I agree 100%, man. This is, so you see the narrative coming out. Here he is on national television. It was highly televised. It was all poor me. This guy used to be a mob lawyer, and his new lawyer had his old lawyer. They're all, I mean, it's so much of deception going on at the highest levels that these guys are coming out right. I never did this. And then it comes out afterwards. I mean, now this is just one of a couple of patterns we're going to show you guys today about how it's okay for the left, or it's okay for the socialistic minded people who literally hate our country to operate. And at any point in time, the right, who's for America and who's for our Constitution, we do anything out of the ordinary, boom, they hop on it. The narrative is so incredibly conjumbled, and there's really a paradox of two different sides. And there's right now there's no in between.
Yeah, you can keep going there, but look at here. It was all rehearsed. Michael Cohen met with Adam Schiff's staff 10 hours before testifying before Congress. So this is all just coming out, folks. Michael Cohen told House Republicans this week that the staff for the Intelligence Committee chairman, Adam Schiff, traveled to New York at least 4 times. Okay, I got the 10 mixed up for 10 hours.
10 hours, 4 hey, we're tracking,
hey.
though.
So anyway, there you go, folks. I mean, that just tells you it was all rehearsed. It was all a dream. So Donald Trump Jr. Even tweeted, "Yeah, 10 hours to discuss logistics. I'm sure he wasn't coached by Schiff, etc. Would be nice, other than the MSN, someone finally called this crap out. Cohen met with Schiff staff for over 10 hours before House Oversight Committee." So he met with them for over 10 hours, not 10 hours before.
That's called coaching the witness. I don't know, whatever you want to call it legally. But that's like, dude, you're literally, it's, okay, here's what you have to say. Here's what you don't say. You're going to be doing this. I mean, the
way this is worded, look at that. I read it this way. 10 hours before testifying. But it's supposed to be he met with the staff 10 hours. And then period. Before testifying.
Yeah. So yeah, this is right. Either way you look at it, he's getting groomed to go in front of the public and say certain things. You know that his ending speech or his ending quote he had, I think it was like 5 minutes to give an ending statement, was totally written, rehearsed. I mean, you could see the hypocrisy that these people literally enjoy. So let's move on to another socialistic paper pushing the poster child, literally a child.
Well, it was like her email, or she got him an email set up, I guess. Which, folks, you just can't do that.
You can't. Yeah. Okay. What does this say? This is from the
chicks on the right. Why does AOC's boyfriend have a congressional email account? This is from February. So this is definitely before things have come out now.
But still, Robert good news.
Riley,
think about it.
Staff, okay. U.S. House of Representatives.
Whoa.
No, you didn't get voted in nowhere.
I know.
Let's go to news. 1 day ago.
Let's try this.
Uh-oh. AOC hit with more ethics trouble over boyfriend's congressional email account. This is just from yesterday. So here, read a little bit of that, Ben.
She came out swinging. She's pushing the Green New Deal with economic insanity. She said fighting climate change was like fighting the Nazis. She chased Amazon out of New York City. She's defending the far-left Democratic colleagues who have peddled anti-Semitic trash on social media. And like Trump takes to social media to attack those piling on her appalling positions on a policy, she is the female Trump in many ways as she approaches the age where she would be eligible to run for president. Coupled with the intense enthusiasm the base has for her and her signs of trouble, perhaps it all depends on if she survives the ethics complaint concerning her boyfriend and PAC money that is illegally moved around, allegedly. Luke Thompson unearthed the whole saga. He's a political consultant who noticed that AOC's boyfriend had a congressional email account. He's not on staff, or is he? This was fired off the first salvo on potential ethics violation for the freshman Democrat last month via Fox News. So that's an interesting one. It's like, it's her boyfriend. Okay, now was he working for the Congress? Was he had other job? I mean, I don't know what he does for a living. The guy could be a trash man for all I know. But I mean, is he a federal employee? I don't know. But
I don't. That's what I'll read a little more here. So Representative AOC is facing ethics questions after revelations the freshman's lawmaker office gave her boyfriend a congressional email account. The Democratic Socialists waded into the issue in response to Twilight alleging boyfriend Riley Roberts had been put on the staff. The tweet included a screenshot of an official House email address. Ocasio-Cortez insisted that he was only given the email account so he could access her calendar. Asked about the arrangement, David O'Boyle, the spokesman for the Office of Chief Administration Officer, told Fox News, from time to time, at the request of members, spouses and partners are provided House email accounts for purposes of viewing the members' calendar. But Jason Chavez, former chairman of the House Oversight Committee, said AOC claims don't stack up. It's totally naive and inappropriate. You wouldn't allow it in most companies, let alone the House of Representatives. There should be real consequences, Chavez told Fox News. Now, he was a sharp, witty one that used to be up on Congress. He retired
he's a real
last year.
sharpshooter, yeah.
So anyway, this Karaboti congressman's chief of staff insisted that the boyfriend isn't on the payroll and that he's not doing any work related to the government. House IT
well, there you
rules
go.
right there. House IT rules. So this is their internet protocol. Rules generally prohibit the use of the House's electronic systems and resources by unauthorized members, and only House U.S. Representative member office employees, fellows, interns, and contractors with appropriate permission can use that system. Yeah. So
I would see. Yep, he does not have anything to do. And as both fellow IT engineers here, we can tell you right now the IT protocols when it comes to mails and this kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, at what level? Congressmen have a little bit more access in the system. The local intern can only read the mail. But yeah. So what's interesting too is like we were talking about this earlier. What is her boy? Now I know it's interesting. It's like, what does her boyfriend have anything to do with checking her calendar? I mean, the idea, the excuse that she used is such a blatant, thin excuse that's like, it's the same excuse that Clinton used. It's like, it's my server in my own house. And I was like, wait a minute, you can't do that. You can't, this is breaking so many IT protocols and rule, SOPs. I know that I understand the common person who doesn't understand like all the policies and procedures of our government, and even we don't understand all of them either. But we do understand a few of them, like the security protocols when it comes to their
it's
internet
just simple,
and infrastructure.
folks. I mean,
yes, exactly.
I was on a government carrier and I had an assigned email. There's no way I was getting my buddy's one or girlfriends that I had. The military don't even recognize your spouse. You're not able to get any benefits unless you're married. Exactly. In boot camp, they tell you they didn't come in your sea bag, and your mom didn't. Nobody else did.
Did your wife sign that dotted line? No, sir. Okay.
So keep that in mind as we move forward here. But yeah, I mean, it's very clear. She could argue all you want. Oh, he's my close boyfriend. We just don't care. Here's his verified complaint put in, by the way. So, Coolidge Reagan Foundation against AOC. They put in, this is like the third one that she's got now for violations of something to be looked into. And she just needs to step down and, until this stuff's all resolved.
I mean, it's like,
play the same game they play with talking all that trash.
She can't be telling us that she's going to be taking away all of our constitutional rights and all this kind of things. That's called sedition within. So you can just see, you guys, when this is transpiring in front of you, you're noticing that there's a real ramp up of propaganda. They're wanting you to give up your rights in the guise of security, in the illusion that you're going to be safer, when everything in your entire life has always told you that whenever you give up something, you will never get it back. I mean, that's just like, that's just common sense right there, folks.
Don't give up nothing for cheap. All right, so look at this here.
Some other good stuff. Yeah, this is just
all right, we'll jump into this one here. It is older. Me and Ben were garage talking this one.
Yeah, we came across this one.
Now, this is Jerome Corsi. However you feel about him.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, we're just looking at this. Obama's ring. I just came across my attention. This is from 2012. He's worn a band on his wedding ring finger since before he met Michelle. Now, he's claiming that it says, it's in like Arabic scribe, there is no God but Allah. So, we'll read this a little bit and we'll talk about it. New York, as a student at the Harvard Law School, then bachelor, Barack Obama's practice of wearing a gold band on his wedding ring finger puzzled his colleagues. Now, newly published photographs of Obama from the 80s show that the ring was worn on his wedding ring finger as an unmarried student in the same ring. And it is the same ring that he ended up handing to Michelle, and she, at the time, Michelle Robinson, put back on his finger as in their wedding ceremony in '92. So, moreover, according to the Arabic language and Islamic experts, the ring Obama has been wearing for more than 30 years is adorned with the first part of the Islamic declaration of faith, the Shahada, and there is no God except Allah. So, Ben, why don't you go ahead and read some of this here?
The Shahada is the first of the 5 pillars of Islam, expressing the 2 fundamental beliefs that make a person a Muslim. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is Allah's prophet. Sincere recitation of the Shahada is the sole requirement for becoming a Muslim, as it expresses a person's rejection of all other gods. Egyptian-born Islamic scholar Mark A. Gabriel, PhD, examined the photographs of Obama's ring at WND's request and concluded that the first half of the Shahada is inscribed on it.
Let me click on this, see if it actually... Oh, that doesn't do much.
Won't go very far. So on his ring, which, I mean, okay, so... You know, is it true? I mean, you can go up on there. We have some other pictures here of it kind of close up a little bit. I mean, the only reason why this came into question is the fact that, you know, many times Obama was saying, "Oh, I'm a Christian. I believe in God." And, you know, he really basically fooled a lot of people, if this is true, that he was a Christian and he had good moral values. He was born here in America, you know, all that good stuff.
So it says here, to go on a little bit, there can be no doubt that someone wearing this inscription, "There is no God but Allah," has a very close connection to Islamic beliefs, the Islamic religion, and the Islamic society to which the statement is strongly attached. Gabriel told the WND, "Dreams from my real father, producer Joe Gilbert, an Arabic speaker and expert on Middle East, was the first to conclude that Obama's ring, reportedly from Indonesia, bore an Islamic inscription." Photographs published last week, and again, this article's old, from the New Yorker from Obama's time at Occidental College, taken by fellow students, indicate that the ring worn 3 decades ago is the one he is wearing now in the White House. So, regardless of, you know, if it says that, something's strong with this ring. We do know
just
that.
the fact that even if you get married, here we go. If you get married, don't you give a wedding ring? It's a different ring. It's not an engagement ring. So, again, these are some pictures. We went over this in Garage Talk and looking at them. We're not Arabic experts. We just came across this. It's we can't confirm or deny that we're not, you know, I mean, I know about, you know, the tenets of the Islamic faith, and you know, Allah is not the same as God, who gave his only begotten son Jesus. We know those are 2 different things, 2 different faiths. So, you know, when you look at this ring, why has this guy been wearing the same ring for, 30, 40 years now? Is it his marriage to the Muslim faith? Or is it a more subversion? This is just very interesting things.
There it is again.
I know this is one of his boyfriends there.
His roommate.
Oh, his roommate,
Hassan.
Okay.
But no, there you go. Look at this. He's had this. I mean, hey, I'm not saying that people don't have things that they've kept for a long, long time. But, wow. To actually, you know, here, just give me I love this ring so much anyway. I've been already wearing it.
I mean, I've got Bibles from when I was a kid, and I keep, you know, the things like that around. And somebody who is Muslim, who is holds their faith very dear, would wear a talisman, a trinket of sorts to let them know. We see how many symbols that Clinton wears, the upside down cross, her and her daughter, the little brooch she wears, which is another talisman, a symbol for what she does. And so we see that, you know, symbols will be the downfall.
You guys can think, all right, so he wears an Indonesian ring on his finger, so what? Or maybe, you know, what does his ring really mean? What can it... It's a sentimental piece of jewelry that means nothing. Obama's a professing Christian, or have we heard other things? I mean, there's a whole bunch of actually questions and answers here for this article. So what does the story of Obama's wedding ring mean to you? Less than a month before an election, I can't believe WND is obsessing over a president's jewelry. It's a non-story. Obama probably doesn't even know what the few obscure Arabic hieroglyphs say. Yeah. Folks, it's pretty
It's extremely troubling, but not surprising as a president like Obama. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Shar. By their fruits you shall know them, and I agree with that 100%.
well, we're just getting to the point of we got enough people up in Congress right now. In the last video, Trump said it, that hate America.
Literally,
And
that
they won't
hate
come
the
out and
fact
say
we're
that.
free.
They'll just do things to promote that. Let me see here.
I mean, it's just crazy the fact what they're trying to peddle onto us. It's
Yes,
Chad
by the
Berry.
fruits.
Once a terrorist, always a terrorist. We have that for other things in life, right? Once a cheater, always a cheater. I mean, it's once a liar, always a liar. I mean, we have those many statements as well.
It's evil, people put, means he is evil.
Mm-hmm.
Pledged to something. So, all right, what else is going on? Let me see here.
And we definitely know that Trump said in a few different statements that socialism will never exist here in America. We won't turn communist. We won't go down that route. Some of their proposed taxes and things. Well, what's this American hater? What's she saying now?
It's time to primary Dershowitz. Oh, that one Dershowitz guy. He must have commented on her. Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz, once controversial congresswoman, eyeing out of Congress. Earlier this week, Dershowitz called for Democrats to defeat her in the next primary. They must marginalize her. By the way, they CNN or something like isn't going to let Fox News, cover some of the stuff, I guess. And Trump came out and tweeted against that yesterday.
Well, she was saying what most people will say, like what anti-Semitic stuff, which is not really true. Because where is she from, by the way?
Like Somalia. 227 House Democrats, all but 6 support illegal aliens voting in America.
There you go, you guys. Look at that. Just let that sink in a little bit.
So Democrats in the U.S. House of Representatives voted against a Republican motion in H.R. 1 proceedings that would have recognized that illegal aliens voting inherently undermines the votes of U.S. citizens. House defeats GOP MTR on H.R. 1 near party line vote, expressing the sense of Congress that allowing illegal immigrants the right to vote devalues the franchise and diminishes voting power of United States citizens. 6 Democrats voted yes, and 1 Republican voted no, Greg Chaplin said on Twitter. So there you go, 197 to 228, House defeats the GOP. There you go. That's their plan all along.
The bill would remove. Yeah, my gosh. And you see, this is insanity. And they also want to abolish the electoral vote and go back to popular vote. And they want to give all illegal aliens the right to vote. So you just come across, you can vote. What do you think is going to happen to our nation, people? I mean, we have these things set up for a reason. So chaos and tyranny doesn't begin to grow in our society and doesn't take hold.
Cory Booker interrupts reporter, refuses to answer questions. On
Bathhouse Booker.
Bathhouse Booker. Senator Cory Booker released a new criminal justice bill today that did not garner much enthusiasm, but while at his press conference announcing it, he did run from a question regarding the anti-Semitic remarks made by Representative Halan Hamor, a Democrat out of Minnesota, Minnesota, in recent weeks. So regarding the controversy surrounding the Congresswoman, Omar, the reporter said Booker immediately cut her off, sensing the message might have make a controversial position. That's what they're doing now. They're running, denying, ignoring their own parties. This party, they're saying Pelosi's not the leader of that party anymore because she's scared to call these individuals out because she won't win. And it's,
oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's like the blind leading the blind, sniffing out.
And then they were saying, well, she's a freshman. She's learning. Give her time. It's like, no, we ain't got time when you're up there.
What about Trump? Isn't
he freshman? Isn't he new? Ain't he just a baby Trump? Just a little baby,
He's just
baby
learning
Trump.
how to
diaper.
do foreign trade, and he hasn't got all exactly. Come on,
This
people.
is hilarious. It's just crazy, folks. Crazy. What do you guys think? Should we give her some time,
exactly.
mess up the country a little bit, and then learn from their mistakes?
I mean, I told you so. I mean, haven't we been doing that for a couple 100 years?
All these people learning, I think. But
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can't. Okay, James L. Parmeter, AOC said she was the boss. Yeah, see, this is the kind of people who you think
boss.
that we the boss. You work for us. No, I'm the boss. You see how that works? That's not how. This is almost like you can tell she got picked on by all the rich white kids wherever she went to school because she didn't go to school in the Bronx. And now she's the boss, and she's letting everybody else know that she's the boss, and it's her way or the highway. And this is insanity.
we
live in an age of
Tony
this is how I
Danza.
feel.
Tony Danza. She got
yeah.
that Tony Danza syndrome.
Jack Rodney, Denver Airport storm raid. Oh no, I didn't hear anything about that except for the last little Q drops confirming what Mike and I have been yelling from the rooftops for years about the DIA International Airport and the artwork and the Lucifer horse. That's the name of it, the Lucifer horse that actually fell and killed its creator. They washed it off and they set it up at the entrance at DIA. The Lucifer horse.
Yes.
So, yeah. I agree, Shadow Secret. She's a boss of cow farts. That's exactly right. Nothing but hot air. Nothing but methane coming out that jowls. Yeah, Lucifer horse. Yeah, check it out. Yeah. Oh yeah. I spent a few years out in Colorado, and I know the DIA very well. I was out there when they first started building it, and a lot of us it was some eerie stuff. Yeah.
So what do we think on Michael Cohen lying again? What are your thoughts on that, Ben? So like if he came back in front of Congress and they all wanted to put him on a pedestal again, like, oh no, he's turned over a new leaf. That's what some of them claim to try to. Cummins said it. He's here to turn over a new leaf. We got to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. And then boom, he lied again. And what was that lying about? Well, and they asked him, simply, did you ask for a plea deal? No, I'd never take one from old Trump anyway. Well, before he got all bitter at Trump last summer, he was still his lawyer. He was looking for a plea deal. Once I think he found that he wasn't going to get one on all this dirty stuff that he did personally, he got really mad, and that's when he started making things up. And now he can't keep up with his own lies. Cohen.
Well, the bottom line is he came out. He's going to be serving federal time for lying while he was speaking there in front of giving his testimony. They're like, well, I swear I'm already doing time. My family. And he's lying to them again. Look at how shifty, lawyery, deceiving these people are. this won't stop. It won't stop until these people literally go away, either to prison or no longer representing the American public.
Let's see here if we can find that. There we go. Let me grab this little bad boy. Grab this bad boy right here.
Slap it on there. Yeah, so it's just crazy. It's almost like, and everybody's accepting it. Well, he's a liar. Well, yeah, he's a liar.
Yeah,
And
so
it's
you
like,
can't
well,
believe anything.
Okay, he's a liar. But yet,
consistency between what Michael
Yeah, you
Cohen
just
told
can't
the House Judiciary Committee last week.
end up believing anything then,
There
you
appears
can't
to be
pick
a
and choose what you
huge
believe. Well, he
inconsistency.
lied there, we all
There
agree,
appears to
but
be
I
a
think over here he
huge
wasn't.
Inconsistency between
feels like
what
he's telling
Michael
the
Cohen
truth.
told the House Judiciary Committee last week and what actually happened. At that hearing last Wednesday, Michael Cohen said very clearly that he never entertained the idea of a pardon by the president, nor would he. Let's listen to that part of his testimony right now.
Yeah, let's listen.
I have never asked for, nor would I accept, a pardon from President Trump.
I'm lying.
Tuesday of this week, we learned that Cohen's former attorney, Stephen Ryan, who you see there pictured on the left beside Cohen, had in fact approached President Trump's legal team, including Rudy Giuliani, about the possibility of a pardon. This was after the FBI raided Cohen's home offices, etc. And today, this statement from Cohen's spokesman, Lanny Davis, clarifying what Cohen told the committee last week prior to Michael Cohen's decision
it wasn't
to lead
clarified.
the Joint Defense Group
My
and tell
bad.
the truth on July 2nd, 2018. Michael was open
me get
to
that
the ongoing
propaganda out of my
dangling of
ear.
a possible pardon by Trump
The
representatives.
ongoing
privately
dangling
media.
of a possible pardon.
During
There's no
that time,
dangling.
He directed his attorney, that would be
Dingleberry.
Stephen Ryan, to explore possibilities.
possibilities.
At
Yeah, it's
one
called
point with Trump
negotiating,
lawyer
people.
Rudy Giuliani, as well as other lawyers advising President Trump. But after July 2nd, 2018,
When
Mr.
he
Cohen
flipped that
authorized
switch
me
to
as
get
a new
mad.
lawyer to say publicly Mr. Cohen would never accept a pardon from
Oh,
President
at that
Trump,
point, he
even
was
if offered.
exhausted on
That
trying to get
continues
one.
to be the case.
'Cause they said,
And
no,
his
no,
statement
no.
at the
He's like,
oversight
fine,
hearing
I'm
was
not gonna
true
ask
and
them.
consistent
And I'm gonna
with
burn
his
your
first
ass,
Joint
too.
Defense Agreement commitment to tell the truth. Now, Rudy Giuliani would not.
So there you go.
confirm-
So
He's
there
so
you go.
jaded. Jaded. That's all
So
it
this
is.
guy is bitter. He
It's
didn't
like,
get a
you're
position in
fired.
the White House.
No, I quit.
There you go. I mean, that's exactly, I'm done. I'm going to do everything I can to actually hurt you now. That's a typical kindergarten type of behavior that we see.
That's like an ex-girlfriend breakup, right?
Yeah. What do you guys think about that? What do you think? Liar. Once a liar, always a liar. He came there to lie again. He was,
pants
give
are on
me, give me
fire."
that seat again. I'll burn him.
Well, what it is he knew that they were passing out pardons like candy in the Obama administration. He was like, well, wait a minute. I didn't get my bag is
where's
kind of
my
empty.
pardon?
Where's my candy pardon? Oh, you guys don't. Oh, you're giving it back to the people. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, crap. Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, people, all these guys are lawyers representing lawyers, conversing with lawyers, flying in, trying to prep and coach lawyers to give a statement in front of lawyers. I mean, you guys getting a theme here? If you're not a lawyer and you're not a part of the British accredited registry,
That's where all of the
bar, you bar certified? You know what bar means? The
Is it
British
there? I thought it was in-
accredited registry, right?
Okay, I thought it was in Puerto Rico or something. We found out, or
Well, that's that's a territory. But who was Puerto
Okay.
Rico originally owned by? Well, there's still that's what we talk about. That's a if you're not a lawyer, then you're not going to understand these lawyer verbal kung fu, because you see, in some aspects, Cohen wasn't lying when he said that I would never want a pardon, because he was referring to the present. He wasn't referring to the past. Do you see how these lawyers try to play semantics, where we're just like, we speak the truth, we're just common tongue, right? Have you ever? Oh, have I ever? Yes, I have many times. I've asked for a pardon, but he won't give it to me, so I'm not going against him.
yeah.
Okay. It's kind of like, and what is.
Go ahead and read that one there, and we'll look at a couple hot titles here.
Deputy Assistant Secretary George H.W. Bush says Bush groomed and played with little boys.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh! So it was 2006 when Congressperson Cynthia McKinney exposed the prevalence of trafficked women and children within the U.S. government today. This information is continually leaked out, and as a result, the global elite have deemed it a conspiracy theory, without ever addressing. Without ever addressing all of the information and evidence that's emerged. Let's see what else it goes on here to say.
I think I have to click in it. Read more right here.
Yeah, read more. Yeah. Wow. Groomed.
Collective evolution, little boys.
Let's see here, Congressman. In regards to McKinney, she grilled Donald Rumsfeld on Dynacorp's involvement in the trafficking of women and children. Source, this is why it wasn't much of a surprise when I came across the fact that James Grazoplin, a high-ranking retired Army general who worked in the Pentagon as vice president of DynCorp, was charged with raping multiple children since 2016. There have been over 10 current and former U.S. mayor accused of child sex crimes. It seems that corruption and power go hand in hand. One of the most recent examples is Cardinal George Pell, who recently became the highest-ranking Vatican official. Well, this was crazy too, by the way, convicted of child sex abuse. Another example is the NBC News reporter that implicated Hillary Clinton in covering up a massive pedophile ring in the Heart and the State Department. And when ex-Nebraska policewoman Caitlin Bralkavik, who served as a UN peacekeeper who worked under DynCorp, learned about elite level sex trafficking involving the UN, the State Department, and the military, and exposed the truth.
Wow. Whoa. I'll take up here a little bit. So imagine if this type of information made headline news. If it did, it would immediately be taken out of the conspiracy category. Unfortunately, they present it as a conspiracy, and that's because, in my opinion, a majority of the shareholders and the heads of these networks are also involved in such activities. Geesh, this is lining up with how Q puts it, right?
Yeah.
One of the latest to provide some information on this is Dr. Steve Pisnik, a former United States Department of State official and a Harvard-trained psychiatrist with a doctorate in international relations from Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. He held many roles within the U.S. political system, including as a Deputy Assistant Secretary of the State under Henry Kissinger, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, and George H.W. Bush. He has worked for numerous agencies, including the CIA, and is on one of the several government insiders who is acting very brave right now. Apart from all the evidence, including the information mentioned above, witness testimony from people with multiple different professional and educational backgrounds who have been on the inside are important to listen to. That's what we always say here at this channel, folks. Some of the greatest people you can listen to were those that were embedded in it for all these years. In one of Steve's latest videos, he implicates one of his former employees, George H.W. Bush, who served in the capacity of the Deputy Assistant Secretary. When talking about the subject, he stated, here you go, word verbatim, it has been rampant in our government. If you remember Bush Sr., who had a whole group of young Hispanic men who he groomed and played with at the same time. Hillary and Bill Clinton, along with their friend Mr. Epstein, went down to the Bahamas, and they were molesting and utilizing young girls and boys to have sexual pleasures. But nothing was done about the fact that Jeffrey Epstein had been guilty and convicted of that crime. You go ahead and read a little more there, Ben.
The latest news regarding Epstein in the federal judge Kenneth A. Marana declared that in 2008 plea deal made a federal prosecutor, Alexander Acosta, in a sexual assault case of Jeffrey Epstein.
Getting accosted.
Was against the law. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Epstein is closed without not only the Clintons, but the royal family as well as other people in high places of power. As far back as 2007, he was accused of assembling a large cult-like network of underage girls with the help of young female recruiters to coerce into having sexual acts behind the walls of his opulent waterfront mansion in Florida as often as 3 times a day, according to Palm Beach police. You can read more about this in the latest Epstein here. In the video below, Pesnikov, I don't know how it goes into how the issue is rampant in the Florida after the recent news of New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft was charged with 2 counts of soliciting prostitution with a Florida spa tied to an international human trafficking ring. Oh my gosh, you guys.
There's still a little more. We're gonna go over this next little part too. I'm not sure how. Let me see. There's not too much left.
This is amazing.
So,
and you talk about the
pretty wild. We'll get through this article and we'll finish up on this topic, folks. So bear with us because this is good stuff we came across here. Not good as in the nature of what it's about, but just breaking that it's even. So what about ritual abuse? All these activities seem to plague the Vatican, church, the royal families, politics, and the media/entertainment industry. You know, Hollywood. It's running rampant in the circles that hold tremendous amounts of power, and by those who are able to influence our perception of the world, politics, etc., so on, so forth, so easily simple due to the fact that they hold so much power. Never before has so much information leaked out into the public domain where it's blatantly obvious to see, despite the fact that it's rarely addressed within the mainstream, and when it's addressed, it's usually ridiculed and mocked. We know that, right? We've been seeing that. So,
for sure.
But is it just about sexual abuse or is it ritualistic abuse? Rumors, always difficult to verify, tied its installation beginning of the Pope Paul, his resignation in 1963. Indeed, Paul had alluded somberly to the smoke of Satan, which has entered the sanctuary, an oblique reference to a enthronement ceremony by Satanists in the Vatican. Besides the incidents of satanic pedophilia, rites and practices was already documented among certain bishops and priests as widely dispersed as Turin in Italy and South Carolina in the United States. The cultic acts of satanic pedophilia are considered by professionals to be the culmination of the fallen archangel's rites, the secret teachings of all ages. Whew. This gets back into some of the stuff we used to.
Oh, yeah.
The statement above comes from Manly P. Hall. We know that book, who was referencing the Malachi Martin, an Irish Catholic priest and writer on the Catholic Church, originally ordained as a Judas priest. He became a professor in paleography at the Vatican's Pontifical Biblical Institute. Yeah. Malachi was one of the multiple Vatican's insiders who spoke out against Satanism and the ritual abuse that allegedly plagues the Vatican. This looks like it goes on and on a little bit here, folks, but what's the takeaway? Let's go to the takeaway of this.
So let's get that. Our inability to accept and confront dark aspects of our world is one reason why these crimes are still being committed. It's a reflection of how we fail to confront the darkness within ourselves. But if we truly are trying to be of service to others and put others first, then we must shed light into the darker aspects of the human experience. These crimes must be exposed. Today, humanity is becoming aware of these facts, and it forces us to question all of our belief systems. Who we are, leaders, the people, made out to be saints and humanitarians. What's going on here? All of us, this is simply another example that proves that people who hold so much power is over us, and our resources clearly do not have our best interests at heart.
That's a good little statement there. That's kind of like some of our mission of why we're even here, folks. All right. Mm-hmm. Our inability to accept and confront dark aspects of our world is one reason why these crimes are still being committed. It's a reflection of how we fail to confront the darkness within ourselves. But if we truly are trying to be of service to others and put others first, then we must shed light into the darker aspects. That's awesome.
I agree. Yeah, that's what a great closing thing for this, because it truly is. I mean, we know what's happening in the Catholic Church. It's been happening for a long, long time. We know what's been happening. These Luciferianistic individuals who are trying to bring in the one world government, the opposite of what God considers clean and right, they're trying to usher in. And this is crazy. And even though we go over some of these articles, and anybody can go over these articles, what we're just trying to do is highlight what not only we're all fighting for, because once you and I go away, and we as patriots stop believing in our fundamental morals and our rights and our values of family and what's good and what's good for our family and society and these kind of things, once we start degrading on that, then there is no end. I mean, we were talking about garage talk when it comes to abortion. If you can't say when life begins, then it never begins until it's outside.
Well, there's just a groundbreaking story today. A guy, like, I guess he got a girl pregnant. She had an abortion or took the pill, and he argued with her not to. She did, and then he sued the company or something in court and won today, like lots of money. And was, and now people are arguing on the social media platform underneath it. Never tell a woman what to do with baby. And it's kind of like, well, geesh, that there are those circumstances where, sometimes somebody gets pregnant and then the man's like, oh, that's fine. We're going to be fine. And the woman's like, no, I don't want it. I don't want to be with you anymore either. And it just can fall apart in minutes. I get it. But what's the right way there? It's like, well, the woman's the one having it, so therefore she makes all the choices. And I mean, maybe, it gets, anyway, he won some money from the company that provides the pill. I don't know how, I didn't really read the whole article, and maybe I should have, but if anyone else out there has heard of that story today, maybe chime in here. We'll go for a few minutes, talk to some of the live people.
It's a touchy one. I myself believe life begins at conception.
Yes.
I believe there's. And I mean, it's hard, man. Half that child's growing, or the actual blueprint was put to you by the dude, by the man.
Yeah,
and he ain't got no say. Well, it's a woman's body. Yeah, well, part of my body's inside your body. How does that work?
Yeah. So at conception, that's correct, folks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, but. And if that's never.
I mean, we can't deny there's people out there that don't agree with that, and then we just say basically they're wrong. Hey, they are, but it's just how much, like, I've heard it explained by great people that can break it down real well to those people, and they never change their minds. So I guess they're just thinking, however. But even at that point, we're talking about these ones that do come out after the abortion didn't go so well, and now they're trying to fight for the lives, or they're not. That's a whole nother matter.
Because if that goes that way, that means that any child that comes out of the womb that the mother deems, I didn't want him. Okay, boom.
Not looking like what I thought. Or
no, exactly. I mean, it is.
He's got weird.
Well, Louder with Crowder said it really well when he went over this, and I thought he had a really good point, and I'll have to repeat what he said. He said, you got four options. You got abstinence, you got motherhood or fatherhood, right? Motherhood or fatherhood, or you have adoption.
Is this the one where he's on the campus the other day because he was with I saw
great.
part one. I saw part one of one so far. But. He was arguing with this one girl. She's like, some people bring in kids, they don't have no money, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, then why are you doing this?
Why are you engaging in the activities that create babies? Because it's my body. It's like,
I do what I want.
See, we're in that age of selfishness, and it's like, it's people aren't taking individual responsibility for their behaviors, because we live in an age where there's no repercussions for your behaviors because of how you feel. This is a degrading of morals. I mean, were we having some crazy teen or children having children epidemic back in Leave It to Beaver time frames? No. No, it's if you didn't even you were born a virgin. You didn't have sex before marriage because they understood that messes up your mind, that you could get. I mean, there's diseases. I mean, it was all kinds of crazy things that could happen, and they knew that would just destroy a marriage. And it's like that's been a destruction and a slow play on the basis of our family, on tearing apart the husband, the wife, the children. I mean, it's very rare to meet somebody who comes from parents who never got divorced or their parents are still together. I mean, that's almost a rarity, where when I was younger, it was like it was the opposite. Most people, their parents were married. And if your parents were divorced, that was kind of like the opposite of what's normal today. So it's crazy. Lane K, I agree with you about Barbara Bush. Charles Lewis, we decided to homeschool. Yeah, that's the way to go, is if you can do it and you have the means and you have the resources. Definitely, homeschool is definitely. Well, you'll teach them more truths than they'll learn in public school. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Hashtag homeschool.
Mm-hmm. Big Red Vet 07, I agree. Obama is no Christian.
Big Red Vet.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys, it's crazy what they're trying to peddle off. And when we see these articles, Mike and I were in Garage Talk, and we just wanted to get it out to you guys. The Ring. If any of you guys, hey, we're giving you guys a little nugget of information. Go research that. The next time we come on and something like that, let us know what you found in the inscription on the Obama's ring. I know there's more information out there than what we covered today. We also know that just a liar that talks lies upon a liar. Oh, that's AOC's boyfriend, isn't it? That's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's boyfriend. You would think she'd be
an Irish
more of
man. He's
Irishman.
Fighting Irish.
He's a fellow redheaded man, swinging that Irish hammer around.
I just took her to hate. I mean,
white people. Yeah. She preaches about the minority and how they're being held down by the tyrannical laws of the oligarchy of the British imperial white man that started America. And
she comes home, hey honey, I heard you up on Capitol Hill today. Do you like me?
Really
oh yeah, you're fine. You got that dinner ready?
Like white people, you got the banger and mash ready.
You got the banger and mashy. And that corn.
It just doesn't make to me. Do you see how
he's oppressing her, Ben? All right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that impressive red-headed white man who likes women. Wow. Well, whatever he is, he shouldn't deserve a congressional email. I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was actually asked. Here's Margaret Dell. AOC is so stupid that when she was actually asked, when is St. Patrick's Day? I would say, ask your boyfriend. Didn't he know? He drinks the green beer. He's a millionaire from Texas. He's her money man.
He's a money man. He's a millionaire.
A millionaire from Texas. Okay, well,
he became a millionaire after her donations, and they transferred money over to him, right?
Do you see that's how it goes, you folks? Yes, he now is a millionaire who has an estate in Texas.
He's from Texas. He was born there. He hasn't been there since he was 1, but he's from Texas. Bullcrap, all right? He's from
Randy Robbins.
He's from Irish.
Sugar daddy, but you guys, sugar daddy. That the day
he was an Ireland man from Irish. He's an Ireland man from Irish.
No, hey. Oh, AOC comes from money, so it's like you got to understand that's funny.
Yeah, she comes from.
He didn't come from the Bronx. Let's just say that, right?
She's
He didn't come from the Bronx.
Uptown.
Yeah.
She's
Oh my
only
gosh.
over there cleaning places with her mom. Or wait, yeah, I can't remember how it went.
During the campaign, she started cleaning houses,
He
just
doesn't
like
fart
Obama went.
either. That's why she's with him.
Yes. And it constantly smells like strawberries.
Yeah. Hey, not all Irishmen are bad, yo.
Don't
We're not
touch. I
saying they
know.
are.
Yeah,
We're not
I
saying
know.
they
Look at hey, you got one right here.
Mm-hmm.
We're not all dirty drinkers. We don't all kick our dogs.
Yeah.
And
Kick our dogs.
I will say I do sometimes hell at the moon in the field, but that's neither here nor there. No, you guys are awesome, man. No, it's just what you guys are seeing here. We love just to highlight the contradictions that these liars and deceivers are trying to peddle on you. With a little today's definitely a little dash of humor. Hopefully the weather's starting to break. Spring's a coming. You know what spring means? Life blooms, animals gonna be out, baby's gonna be coming in, and I mean, come on now, and good things are happening, getting out of this cold. Days are getting longer, more light, less darkness.
Here, read this one, Ben.
An Irishman not able to find a parking lot spot starts to pray. Lord, he pray, if you open a spot for me, I swear I'll give up me whiskey and I'll promise to go to church every week. Suddenly the clouds part and the sun shone on an empty parking spot. Never mind, he says, I found one.
See, folks, that's why we can't trust these Irish.
The Irish, man.
I give up me whiskey.
Patty and Murphy were walking down the road when Patty noticed a mirror on the road. Patty picked it up and looked in the mirror. I know that guy in the mirror, he said. Murphy took the mirror off him and looked at the mirror and said, of course. You know who it is. It's me, you idiot.
What is that about?
I know.
The guy's just sitting there.
No, they're too dumb, I guess.
An American tourist asked an Irishman, why do you scuba divers always fall backwards off their boats? The Irishman replies, they have to fall backwards. If they fell forwards, they'd still be in the boat.
I know there was one we used to always drink to. In the banister of life, as you slide down, may the splinters always face down. That was an old Irish saying I used to, one of my old Irish buddies. We used to always drink to it, and that's what you say. As you slide down the banister of life, pray that the splinters are always facing down.
Always after me Lucky Charms.
Mm-hmm.
This Irish girl doesn't drink. Somebody said in our chatties. Keep calm and fake it. You're Irish. Get even. Read some of these ones, Ben.
Keep calling and fake it. You're Irish. Even.
Get even. You're now aware that you can't say Irish wristwatch.
I don't know. I like Irishmen like I like my coffee. Like a little bit down.
Hot, strong, and Irish.
Irish.
Many a time a man's mouth broke his nose. Irish proverb.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's very true.
Oh, the luck of the Irish. A drunk goes to court. The judge says, you've been brought here for drinking. The drunk says, great, let's get started. All right. That's a good little time. When is that day anyway?
Real-time
St. Patty's, is
ripping.
that coming up this or
Sometime in March. I don't know.
yeah?
I don't keep up with the Catholic saints and their dead people they give praises to, but I think it's
Yeah.
sometime this month.
For being such a
Although I
good-
have been to St. Patrick's Cathedral in Ireland, and it's yeah, real morbid.
Irish blessings. That's funny, guys. Irish diplomacy, the ability to tell a man to go to hell in such a way that he'll be looking forward to the trip. All right, folks, we'll shut this one down. We're at the hour and 7-minute mark. It's time to get on. Again, this will be over on the Patriot Hour sometime this evening. Probably 8 o'clock, maybe a 9 o'clock special. Who knows? I'll get it up there right away. Again, great to have everyone here. If you're new, make sure you're subscribed over here. It's always a pleasure when we have Ben in. It was great. We pulled this off today for a little bit. So, any last
Always a
words of
pleasure.
encouragement to everybody, Ben, as we enter into the weekend? All the Q drops and.
I'll finish that with 78 Anon. How many Irishmen does it take to change a light bulb? 1 to hold a light bulb, and 99 to unscrew the ceiling. So I think that's a reference to the left side and how the Democrats work. They want to repair the roads that we all have potholes in by taking the whole nation, socializing it all over the potholes. You see how that works? Insanity. It's not going to work that way. We're just not going to do it. So you guys are awesome. We have some of the best patriots, and it's always a pleasure to come on here, talk to you guys. The Patriot Hour has just been a huge blessing to a lot of people, and we're just the team here, and Mike's just going to keep on rocking and rolling. And when things come out, we'll get them out to you as soon as we can. And there are some big things happening coming up, and oh yeah, some good stuff. So stay tuned, man. Definitely like, share, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, beat that algorithm, and keep coming back for more as we get it out.
All right. That was Ben in the Patriot Hour. All right, folks, we're going to shut this one down. Again, I will end it on kiss me. I'm Irish. No, I'm really not. But you can kiss me anyway. All right. No, we're going to have this put up at the Patriot Hour sometime later tonight, probably about a 7:45, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to catch it over there again, there'll be a whole nother chat available because I'll put it up as a premiere, so you can have the right to live chat. So that's kind of cool. This video gets 2 sets of live chats to go with it. So, all right, again, I'm Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you. We'll see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour update video. Make sure you're subscribed over both channels. Take a look in the description box. All the links are down below. Take a look in the comment section as well later on. Some of the greatest Patriots were involved in the chat. Some of the other Patriots are involved in the comment section. Share across all your social media platforms while you can. We appreciate it because we are shadow banned. We don't get the traditional sharing that goes on with YouTube because of that. So it helps if you do it. See you back here real soon.